What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. This might be the windiest day ever, but I have to make this video today because tomorrow morning I'm leaving for Pennsylvania for the Low Show coming up this weekend. If you're not going to the Low Show, you're sleeping. The A59 is gonna be there. Need I say anything else? Like if I had to walk from North Dakota to PA, I would do it. I'm not missing the A59 for anything. I will see that car. I might try and steal it, who knows, but Low Show this weekend. If you're not going, you're sleeping, be there. So the plan for today, we are working on the Mark II, and more specifically, the engine bay of the Mark II, because that car has the grossest, most sludge-filled, everything sticky engine bay I've ever seen in my life. And I'm still very confident in saying nobody has cleaned that engine bay probably since 1987 when the car was brand new. It is that gross. So this morning, made a quick run to AutoZone, picked up some degreaser right here. We have tons of brake cleaner, shop towels, these nice little brushes, again, in tight spots, and of course, lots of gloves. All right, let's hop in the Mark II, get it moved over there, and we can begin the fun of desludging this very, very disgusting engine bay. Let's see if we can get a first try start today. What do you think? We feeling lucky today? Okay, it was close. It was close. It was close. She's fine. Now, before I get too far in this video, I just want to say this right now because I know there will be some comments saying, why are you spending all that time on a 1.8 automatic? Why bother cleaning it? You're just gonna swap it later on anyways, which a swap for this car is definitely the plan. But sometimes people forget, like, a 1.8 auto is still, it's a functional car. Like, you can drive an automatic car. It's not the end of the world. Like, the car runs and operates just fine. Just because it's not a manual or VR6 doesn't mean the car's not worth cleaning up and making better. And for later on, when I do pull the engine out of this car, I would much rather pull a nice clean engine versus one covered in 30 years of just gunk and sludge. So I know for some people this might seem like a waste of time, but to me, I love seeing the before and after from a dirty engine bay to, well, we'll see how clean it gets, but dirty to a cleaner engine bay. And again, looking towards the future, when we do actually pull the engine out of this car, it'll be much cleaner and just way less gross to deal with. All right, so for those of you who are new, this is our engine bay. It looks a tiny bit better now because we already did the valve cover gasket and I cleaned the whole valve cover off, and a tiny bit you actually see the silver spots where the brake cleaner hit before I ran out, but it's a little tiny bit cleaner than before, but still all of like that nonsense. And there's so much just like down in there. All of that is just sludge filled and it's gross. Like all of that on the side of the cylinder head, down by the transmission, all down in there. It's very gross. Power steering is gross and sludgy. Everything is just sticky. Everything in here is just the most slimy mess. And we gotta fix it. Like, let me get you a shot back there. Look at that. That is just years and years of just sludge. It's just everywhere. Every bit of everything is covered in it, all down there. It's just gross. It's gross. It's funny though, you look right there, you can see how shiny the new starter is and how shiny the new water pump is down there. All the new parts stick out like crazy because everything else is just so faded and gross. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. I don't think it'd be perfect, but this car being from West Germany, they should have coated a lot of this. Well, if I pulled the engine out and like did the frame rails, they should have coated most of this in wax. So at some point the engine's out of here, we can peel the wax off the frame rail, and it should be nice OEM Atlas gray down there and unrusted and you know, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see later on how the frame rails are. But for today, we got that and that and that. And, it's a lot. Alright, so we're going to start with the good old brake cleaner because it worked pretty good last time over here, you can see. But I want to hit this section here because like this corner is like the grossest corner down at the bottom. And I just want to see if it'll just like melt all that stuff off. Ready? Oh, that's so nice to see. Look, there's actually silver under all that. Okay, like this. Look how nice it is under there. Come on, there you go. Let's get down further. You can still see. I'll do it over here. I'll do this corner right here. So this sludge. It just like melts it off. I love it. I'm hoping everything comes off this fast because that would make my life much easier. So if you had to guess which side of the cylinder head was cleaned, could you tell the difference? Look at that. We actually have some numbers on this side of the cylinder head. Could not see any of that before. So for the most part, the cylinder head is cleaned off. I have to like wipe it down again because it kind of hazed up a little bit, but just about all the gunk blasted right off, which is super, super nice. Got to get way down on this side still, but we're off to a pretty good start. All right, so before I get too far ahead with the brake cleaner, I got a bucket of hot water and Dawn dish soap. I'm gonna use that first with this brush, kind of go around the entire engine bay and then work back to the degreaser and the brake cleaner. So we can take this and then hit stuff like this. And let's get the top layer of dust and dirt. Get my nice little OEM plaque there, clean that up. We'll go around our tires like this. We'll go around the entire thing. Look at that, it's kind of shining up already. Ooh, that makes me excited. Not looking too bad so far. So I got the top of the fender up here done so far. I did the top of the rat support across the front, the washer reservoir and the coolant reservoir, this strut tower, and then down to the bottom a little bit through here, and then some of this side. You can see where the wax is. I'm not gonna try and pull off right now, but definitely cleaned it up pretty well. And I took some water, just lightly misted and rinsed it out of there. Hopefully the car also runs after this. I pulled the battery out of there. There's some gunk down here at the pull out. You can see all of that mess down there. I'll just grab my hand and pull out of there. But I mean, it's looking promising. From that strut tower to that strut tower, she's looking promising so far. I just got a mouthful of degreaser. Anyways though, we are off to a pretty good start. I would say I went around the entire thing with the brush and sponge and some soapy water, getting all the loose stuff off, and honestly, like the strut towers came out pretty nice. There's definitely some nice paint down there. You can see all the wax back here. I'm not gonna pull it off yet, but when we do, we'll have some nice paint under all of that. Now I went through the degreaser, sprayed a layer of everything, let it sit for a minute. We'll go back and start hitting it some more. But all these lines right here, the braided lines, came super clean. Not looking too bad. Now obviously it won't be perfect, but it'll be a million times better and 10,000 pounds lighter of sludge than it was before. All right, so top side pretty much done. Gotta go through and actually like shine it up, but for the most part, all the grime and dirt is off the top side, which was very light anyways. Now we're working down here, where it's much more difficult to get. I probably can't get everything off of the trans and off back there, but I'm gonna try my best. You actually see the transmission now, because all of that was black before, so that's cleaned up a little bit. I'm trying to get to this corner over here, but it's very tight down there, and there's not a lot of room to work, but we're getting there. I can actually see the transmission now, so that's progress. This here is the amount of sludge that's down on the side of the block between the transmission and the engine, and it's just nasty, and there's a lot of this. Ugh. So aside from going through and actually like shining up the entire engine bay, I think we're pretty much done. Now obviously the engine is still in the car. I can't get to every single nook and cranny, and I also couldn't find my wire brushes, which would have helped a lot, but either way, it's a tremendous difference, and now everything is not sticky to touch, and it looks so much better. Before I show the engine bay, look at this water. Look how dark that water is. And also, let me pull this out real fast. You can see this. Just tons and tons of sludge and grease, and yeah, I missed it a little bit too. Oh no. Made a bit of a mess. I gotta clean that. All right, so this is after the final rinse. I still have to go through and actually like shine everything up. But as you can see, it looks a million times better. Strut tower's looking good. You can actually see my transmission. Before, I couldn't see it at all. Everything just looks a million times better. All these lines cleaned up super nice. Cylinder head's looking good. Again, not everything came off, and I couldn't find my wire brushes, so it's not perfect from how it was before to how it is now. And plus, after I go through and shine it up, it's gonna be night and day difference. All right, at this point, I would say the engine bay is done, and again, that's to the best of my ability with the engine being in the car, the tools and resources I have. But with that being said, this looks amazing. Like, kind of surprised me. Like, this came out phenomenal. Again, not perfect. There's still grease on the bottom side I can't get to, stuff down there. Not worrying about that kind of stuff. This looks really, really good. And now when I actually have to work in the engine bay, I don't get covered in grease. Everything's not sticky. And look how much better it looks. Like, next up, we have to do the radiator pretty soon, and now all of this area, it's all clean. I can touch all this stuff. There's no goo on anything. Everything's just good to go. Like, this is good. I'm hyped on that. And this came out very, very nice. For an engine from 1987, I mean, can't complain. Could be better, sure, but from where it was to what it is now, the fact that I can see the cylinder head and actually see the transmission, and there's actually, like, you know, green down there and sensors, I can actually see all that stuff now. Everything before was just like this dull gray, and now there's a bunch of color in here. Look at that, all the colors everywhere. She looks good. Also want to say, this plastic up here, you marked, you guys, this is the thinnest, cheapest, most paper thin plastic I have ever seen in my life. They literally said, find the cheapest plastic we can possibly use for the rain tray, and once you find that, find something cheaper, because this is like, it looks kind of cool, but it's the cheapest plastic I've ever seen. So the engine bay looks great. That's all fine and good. The real question here is gonna be if the car still starts. Now, I did my best to not spray water into connectors and that kind of stuff, and as soon as I got water on the engine, I used the leaf blower here to blow everything off as soon as possible. But not to say I didn't get carried away a few times and kind of spray water everywhere. It should be fine, but that'll be the real make or break for today, because the engine bay can look great, and then the cars are running more, then well, not so great anymore, but I think it should be fine. All right, battery has been connected and the car did not burst into flames, so we're already off to a great start. Now, will she actually start? I have faith, I do. I have faith in you, little Mark II, I do. All right, wait, focus, there we go. You ready for this? Up, up. That's fine, that's normal, that's normal. Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah. She is fine. Running smooth as ever, looking clean. That's what I'm talking about, let's go. This car has so much character to it, and the more I work on it, fix it up, make it look better, improve things, I just like it more and more. It's just a cool car. And it sounds like a race car. Like, it sounds like a cammed race car, and I love it. That is not a muffler missing. That's a massive 288 cam. The race series is a race car. You know what I just realized? I did all that bragging on how good the engine bay looks. I totally forgot to do the underside of the hood, which is a bit of a mess. I'll get to that. Also, the OEM stickers are super, super cool. So engine bay looks amazing, but the car itself looks kind of like crap. So gonna give her a wash before I leave, even though I'll be gone for a week, and once I get back it'll look just like that again. So it's kind of, it is what it is. We're giving the car a wash.
Everybody will be dancing on the feeling alright. Everybody will be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and be feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing and be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing on the feeling alright. Everybody will be doing it right. Everybody will be dancing and be feeling it right. Everybody will be dancing, doing it right. Everybody will be dancing on the feeling alright. Everybody will be.
Woo. The Jetta is clean, the engine bay is clean. I mean, this thing just looks so good. It's so simple and it looks phenomenal. Can't wait to lower it, but the stock height with the big tires and the PowerTech is just, it's good. Really, really, I love this car. This thing's so sick. I was about to end this video, but I almost forgot. I have one final thing to show you guys. All right, so what we have here is a very awesome package. So about a week or so ago, a friend of mine made this awesome illustration of Miley, all the specs on the OZs. It came out phenomenal, and I had to make it into a poster. So that's what this is here. I haven't even opened this box yet, but we can unbox it together. You guys can see it, and I am hyped on this. So let me get it out and I'll tell you the details about it. Ooh. Okay, hopefully the camera focuses. Got one, all right, 3, 2, 1. Bam. Look at that beauty. Again, hopefully the camera focuses, but I mean, this thing came out absolutely amazing. I had to make it into a poster. This is 18 by 24, like all your standard Volkswagen show posters, so all those cool frames you have will fit this poster no problem. What this is going to be, there's going to be 50 of these that'll be numbered and signed. Patrons will get first dibs, and then after that, whatever's left will be for sale to whoever else wants one. I think this will go for sale on the week I get back from Low Show, so not, I leave this Tuesday, I'm back next Tuesday on the 6th, so probably the 6th or the 7th, these will go for sale. But if you want to get in there beforehand, patrons will get first dibs on these. Again, there'll be 50 of them numbered and signed. I might do another round later on, but I mean, at least for the first time I had to do this because this thing came out absolutely amazing. Again, his Instagram's right here on the screen. He's been doing a lot of these illustrations. The artwork and the detail of this is just so cool. And I said I had to make it into a poster, had to use the good old 18 by 24 size so it fits all the rest of the frames. Just so good. Miley on the OZs, the Supermate sticker, it's so sick. So again, patrons will have first dibs probably coming up this week, and then the following week, whatever's left will be released to everyone else, and then when they're gone, they're gone. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. 97 Volkswagen Jetta GLS with the VR6 on the O's. Look at the Cygnus. Woo! Got all the brands down here. Fabulous, Airlift, Riga, Recaro. I mean, this is top notch. So again, his Instagram is down below. Massive thank you to him. He's been doing these illustrations and they came out so good. Love the detail in this thing. So to go over the details one more time, there'll be 50 posters available. They'll be numbered and they'll be signed. The patrons will have first dibs more than likely next week, and then the following week, once I'm back from Low Show, whatever's left will be up for grabs. It's just so freaking cool. Gonna end it off here. Got to pack, have a super early flight tomorrow morning. It's like 5 a.m., which kind of sucks, but we'll be in Philly by like 11 a.m. and then our special guest from overseas will be landing about 4 o'clock. We're gonna have a great time. If you're not going to Low Show, you're missing out. The Golf 3 A59, for the first time ever, is gonna be here in the States. It's a car that I tried to find back in 2019, couldn't do it. Tried in 2022, couldn't do it. I was probably within 5 miles of the car, couldn't get to it. It's here stateside. I'm not gonna miss it. You shouldn't miss it. The show's gonna be a lot of fun. Tons of awesome cars coming, vendors, all that kind of fun stuff. So if you're not coming to the Low Show, you're sleeping. The A59, it literally stateside right now. It's in PA. You're sleeping if you're gonna miss that. So this is me telling you, you still have some time. You can still make it. Don't miss the A59. Don't miss it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.